Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. General Hospital spoilers. Britt's fears confirmed, the cures stopped working. General Hospital spoilers and updates tease that Britt Westbourne's, Kelly Thiebaud, worst fears will be confirmed this week on the ABC soap. Jen Sidwell, Carlo Rota, threatened to withhold her Huntington's medicine if she didn't obey his orders, but something worse may be happening. The cures stopped working. Jason noticed Britt's hand shaking, a sign of Huntington's disease. In a recent episode of GH, Britt and Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, were talking, and Jason noticed Britt's hand shaking, a sign of Huntington's disease, which was in remission thanks to the medicine. This interaction took place at the hospital, after Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, barged into an office when Britt was administering her medicine, which is an injection into her stomach. Nathan West, Ryan Pavey, had a previous conversation with her, to keep peace between her and Rocco's family, telling her to stay away from him. Britt explained to Jason that she was startled to see Rocco, and was afraid she'd lost him forever because of how she reacted when he barged in. But Jason honed in on her shaking hand and worried she was no longer in remission. What is this? Britt panics. Something will cause Britt to panic in the episode of Tuesday, November 11th. While it could be for another reason, her hand shaking could very well get worse. She didn't connect the shaky hand to her cure no longer working, since she had just given herself the shot before Rocco barged into the room. Britt has by this time been on the cure for several years, even though it is experimental, but with her shaky hand getting worse, she panics and wonders if it stopped working. She's so scared she doesn't consider what Sidwell may have really meant when he asked how her medicine was working, and that he had the power to stop it. Britt realizes that the only way to know is to do some medical tests which she may have to perform herself. Britt's fears are confirmed. By the end of the week, Britt's fears are confirmed. The Huntington's cure is no longer working, but she doesn't realize that there's a good chance that there's been a switch with placebos. After all, Sidwell and Pascal, Mark forget, were using her medicine to control her to make sure she obeyed them at the Five Poppies. Britt doesn't even know that Pascal is in Port Charles, working with a cover as Sidwell's butler at Windermere, but this time she's the boss over the lab at PCU. Britt's self-tests on herself confirm her worst fears, but she thinks that the cure is no longer working. She's too afraid to test the medicine, and besides, she doesn't have the formula. It's a secret.